What is good, family? If it is Wednesday, it is soul food. Yes, we late, and it's my fault. And I'll
No,
explain
hold
that
on,
in a
OG.
minute.
Hold on.
But now, wait. I'm going to explain it in a minute. But first, I got to introduce my little brother. Say what's up to the people, Dabs.
What's good, sneaker family? And I'm going to take the blame for this one because we had a situation at our crib where my son, he had broke his finger. So we came straight from the ER straight to here. We've been there for about 4 hours, family. So when I did get back, there may have been some rushing going on both our ends trying to get this thing situated by 8 o'clock. So family, put it on my shoulders. I apologize. But we're here now. And let's get started. I mean, we already delayed, so I think it'd be best us get started with the show. Go ahead, OG. You driving it, man. You driving it. Let's go.
I got my hands on the controls. I can shut you down, but I'm not gonna shut you down tonight, man. We got a great menu for you all tonight. And Lil Dabs was trying to jump from the free throw line and dunk with two hands, wasn't he? That's what happened, right?
Yeah, but he landed like, at the circle. You know what I mean? He didn't even get to the. Yeah,
oh man!
He actually jumped backwards. He tried to jump from the free throw line, ended up at the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that happens, but he ended up jumping backwards. You know what I mean?
Look, you got to get them springs adjusted, man. That's what it is. He's hopping in the wrong direction. But y'all know how we do. It is sneaker talk with a dinner menu. So we start you off with the appetizer, then we move right into the main course. The main course today, of course, is young sneakerhead versus old sneakerhead. Then, of course, we have dessert, the bill, and last but not least, it's the after dinner conversation where we jump off in the chat and get with the family and see what they want to talk about. Again, we're a little bit behind time today, but I see the numbers are popping up, which means that y'all were holding on and waiting for us. Shout out to the couple people who had hit me up. My phone was popping. I'm sure yours probably was too, Dad. Like, where's the soul food? So now it's Wednesday. It's going to be soul food. So,
hey man, real talk. Salute to the family. This is a big sneaker family, OG sneaker salute family, because like I said, it was just circumstances that we could not control. My son has a broken finger once again, family, but we thank you guys for holding on. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's all Don Turner, little kid battle scars. And those are the best scars to me. You out there doing something, it ain't acting goofy and breaking a whatever. This boy, he in battle. You know what I'm saying? So them battle scars right there, that makes my heart get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Us fathers, we know. Oh wait, man, it's getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens with the battle scars.
No doubt, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump off into the conversation, and we can catch up on some of the other business on the back end. But the first thing in the appetizer I wanted to do was share something that is really special. We're moving. This is episode number 6.
Number 6, yes, sir.
And we were able to get something done this week that Dabs and I have been working on. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but I'm going to share a little something with the family right about now. If I can share my screen, screen share. Yes, I want to share this part of my screen and share. Bam, family. What y'all think about that right there? Hopefully what you're seeing on your screen now is something that you've not seen before, but it is a new soul food logo. What you think about that, little brother?
Man, oh man, I think it's super duper dope. I like the simplicity of it, but it also gives off, you know what I'm saying, a little, I don't want to say urban. I want to say like graffiti, like, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of gives, it was something that we was looking for. The fork is dope. It's going through the sneaker, so that lets you know that this is about, you know what I'm saying, what OG likes to say, consuming your passion. Now that's not OG. Just because I said it, OG, that does not mean that that's going to be the tag.
Okay, how about you? It's gonna be something like that. We're gonna get it all figured out. It doesn't have to be consuming. I know you think that's a $25 word, but it could be feeding your passion.
Yeah, something feeding your passion. So we're gonna work on that, OG. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work on that together.
Maybe we will get some suggestions from the family. So yeah, we're looking for a tagline, family. So just drop a comment. You can drop it in the chat, but if you think about it, really drop it in the comments after we post the video, because as you know, once the live feed is done, the chat goes away. So but looks like they're responding to it. And also let us know, we might think about doing some t-shirts or some hoodies or something for the family. So let us know what you think about that. Want to shout out a few people as it relates to building this. First of all, definitely want to shout out my man Mikey Air, who was one of the people that worked with us in terms of trying to come up with ideas. I think also Dabs, your uncle, was working on some things for us as well. Is that right?
That's correct. My uncle was working on a couple of ideas and everything, and salute to him. He's been doing art for a very long time, and just appreciate everybody that came full circle to help with this process. We're trying to make everything official, like a referee whistle, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I like that.
this is part of making it official.
But and then finally, I want to shout out to Sea Breezes Design, and actually that's a company that my niece Shante Herbert and her husband Kishan, we just call him Chemistry, designed, and she really did her thing on this. This was not something that was immediately an idea of myself or Dabs. She kind of took what some of the things that we shared with her, and then she kind of went her own way with it, and really love it. And you can't see all of the detail, but the logo on the tag on the tongue of the sneaker, actually, of course, it has the SF for soul food in the circle, kind of reminiscent of that old Chuck Taylor logo. And then on the outside it says Dabs OG Sneakers, Dabs OG Sneakers. So it's just a really dope logo, and we look forward to seeing it just plastered all over the place. And maybe the family will get a chance to get some of that Cleveland swag that somebody promised about. I ain't calling no names, but
call it out, man. I mean, we got ideas in the works right now. We're going to try to get some things finalized so we can at least bring a bag or two, as I get my DJ Khaled on. But we're going to try to bring a bag or two up there so we can just give out swag to real family members. Not anybody just, they passing out stuff. Hey, I want one. Nah, this is for the family. So therefore, we looking to get some things going, and I just can't wait till Cleveland. We got some things in the works for sure.
Cool. Now, do you want to do the giveaway now, or do you want to go ahead and get through the rest of the appetizers and then do the giveaway before we get to the main course? What do you want to do?
Well, I guess we had on the docket for the appetizer, a quick appetizer. We can just kind of go through this about the Kyrie 3, the samurai joint.
Absolutely. That's an upcoming release that it initially dropped as the Christmas drop, if you will, in the Cleveland game that was on Christmas Day. And a bunch of people missed on it. It was gone before I even realized what was going on. But in terms of colorways that I've seen, man, it is a dope presentation of that shoe. But it's like they playing with us on the release.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, like you said, January release, everybody's looking forward to it and everything, and then nothing to be found. And then I almost kind of correlate that with the LeBron release, where the one that coming out of nowhere, and it really did come out of nowhere. We're not getting true notifications from Nike as to what's going on with these releases. You know what I'm saying? But if that's going to be the case, then I think as consumers, they should let us know, hey, yo, now all these releases are, it's going to be whenever, you know what I'm saying? There's no updates there, so if that's going to be the case, let us know as consumers, hey, there's no more release dates.
Man, they playing games, bro. It's like,
for sure,
trying to tell you we're going to give you something, but you got to jump through 25 hoops and do a backflip to to even be able to find the code or whatever. You know, it's like, come on, you know, if you're trying to move heat, then let the people get at it. But, you know, I don't have a problem with stuff being limited, but, you know, when you just like, you know, just like the same thing, you know, with the you know, the release of the LeBron retro, you know, that stuff, man, that was baloney. I was really disappointed with that.
You know, I think last year Nike did an incredible job at keeping resellers at bay with, you know, hyped releases like the flu games, the cements, all that stuff. And they came out with enough pair for everybody to consume their passion per se. But
Yes,
this year,
sir.
you know, it's like we're going back towards the, oh, you know, we're gonna make, and I get an idea why, you know, especially with the Kyries and the LeBrons. They know that at first they have to build this hype up for this new model. So the Samurais did it, and now the ones, the out of nowhere ones, that's doing it too. So but Nike, I'm gonna tell you something, it's not gonna work if you come up with the Kyries are sitting like crazy. I think the LeBrons will too. So I mean, just give us what we want. Give us the dope colorways. Give us the first sneaker. Just give us the shoes. That's all I want. Just give us the shoes.
Yeah, man. I can't. You know, I can't figure it out, bro. I really I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, I'm not really feeling the games that they're playing right now. You know, in terms of you know, what was going on with that. But, you know, and for people who don't know, I put up on the screen now what that, you know, the Kyrie 3 Samurai, what that looks like. Just a really dope execution. I mean, you know, you can't really go wrong with black and red. That's, you know, just a really dope colorway anyway. And then you have the kind of silver swoosh that I guess represents the samurai sword, if you will. But I just feel like it's a really a very clean, a clean, you know, clean colorway. And but I don't know when it's gonna come, man. It may have already come, and maybe I missed it again.
Quick sidebar, OG. Quick sidebar. Why has every freaking Kyrie 3 have a white outsole?
I don't know.
Every single release has had a white outsole, and it's killing us. Like, would it kill Nike to change it up a little bit, put a dark outsole in there so your soles don't get so freaking dirty? But every one so far has had a white outsole.
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. That when we get to talking about those Black History Months, though, that one got a black soul, I think. But that got me real salty today, man. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to eat my dessert before I eat my main course. But yeah, I'm in my feelings about that a little bit. We talk about that a little bit later. But you ready to jump off into this main course?
Can I do one more thing?
Absolutely.
Just one more thing. I know you're the host, and you know, I know you have all the power, but as a poor, you know, as a poor peasant, I would like to show something. That, you know, that and people will laugh at me, and I don't care. I don't care, family, because this is something that I keep looking at, and I just want a quick word from the family on what they think about this particular sneaker. You know, so let me pull this up real quick.
Okay. All right, come on, man. Do
I know you won't clown me, family, but let's check it out. Okay, so let me hit screen share there. Okay, so do you see that sneaker right there? It's called the Under Armour Curry Lux.
AKA, what are those?
Yeah, the Lux, and this is a shout out to Don Turner. I know Don Turner, he gonna be like, man, them cold. No, but I'm just joking with you. But them to me are so fire, family. Oh my good. It's something about these joints. Look at the back of them, how that got the Under Armour, it's embossed.
Right.
The leather is on the outside, and then it hits you with the mesh touch on the toe. I've been looking at these so hard, family. I'm feeling these joints.
Is that the only color?
They have a black color with that black rich leather and a brown color as well. And I was trying to just trying to see. Okay, here's a set right here. So the black joints have the gum bottoms. And I think, okay, there we go.
Now the black with the gum bottoms might be able to get it.
And those were the ones I was looking to get. Exactly. I think they hard. I really think these are hard. And another,
they burning you up in the chat.
Hey, it is. Hey, I rock what I like. I rock what I like. But there's one more, family, and y'all gonna clown me one more, and then I promise you, we gonna get to this giveaway. You see those CB?
Wait. Sneakerhead clothing line says, "Shake my head," all in caps. Oh hell no! Nah. He done hit you with the Deacon Bullwinkle. Hell to the no.
Hey, Don Turner. All I care about is what Don Turner says. He said, "Thumbs up to the Primos," because the Primos is dope. And Don Turner, I promise you, I got a love price that I might pay for them. $59. They retail for $150. So I wouldn't pay $150 for them, but for that $60, ooh boy. But check these out too, OG. Real quick, I'm crushing on these. The Space Jam,
the CP3.
Yeah, the CP3 10s.
I saw those. I have not seen them in hand, but when I was looking at some of the different Space Jam colorways, I do remember seeing that. That's dope, man. I do like that.
I'm feeling these for some reason. I like the way it almost makes it like the midsole is coming up towards the laces, and you don't find that design cue. And I know it's not the midsole, but I am really feeling these sneakers. I don't know. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, I'm waiting for the price to drop, but I like the placement of the jump, man. I like this shoe.
Grip Money gave you 6 poop emojis on the Currys, dog.
Uh-oh. Not the poop emoji. I don't like that. Not the poop
man. You started.
Man, oh man. But yeah, that's a couple of shoes that I literally have been crushing on for a little bit, for sure.
Oh man. They're going ham in the chat, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, you gotta Hey, chat, you gotta rock what you like. And like I said, I don't care what brand come out with whatever. If I think the design is fire, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Randy Jackson voice, it's a no for me, dog. I miss Randy Jackson. I love Randy Jackson.
Oh man.
Dog. All right, OG, get to your giveaway, and then I'm gonna get to mine.
Okay, so if you guys were following my channel and Dabs, you know, we had videos that posted earlier in the week where we were promising a gift card giveaway. And 2 things you had to do. You had to go to a video of mine and a video of Dabs, and you had to comment on that video. I did that. If you made that comment, then the second thing you needed to do is that you needed to be off in the chat tonight to make sure that you're a winner. So I'm going to roll with mine first, and I just need to check the chat to make sure that it's a legit. I think I saw this person earlier. So how about if I do it like this? If I just call the name out, and if they respond up in the chat, that means they're there, and that's good. Can we do it that way, little bro?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, so my man King of Foams, where you at? I think I saw you earlier. If you in the chat, you gotta speak up so I can see you, so we can get down. If not, I gotta pull another name out the hat.
So who was that again? He said King of Foams.
King of Foams.
Okay.
I think the full name was King of Foams and J's.
Yeah, man. My man. I see my dude in there that I didn't pick. It's funny too that you said you see yours. Now I see mine that's in the chat already. That's what's up.
So I'm gonna give it about another. I'm gonna get another 60 seconds.
60 seconds. So while you're announcing yours, I'm gonna announce mine.
Go for it.
So King of Foams, like he said before, I know the chat might have a little bit of delay. So just let us know you in the building. Let us know you supporting. And then for me, it is Derek T. He commented, I did that 2 days ago on the channel for the video, tons of Ultra Boost at the Adidas outlet. So Derek T, he's in the building. He just said, yo, my man's here. So Derek T, hit me up at thesneakerfamily@gmail.com. Thesneakerfamily@gmail.com. And I'll give me that contact information, and I'll go ahead and send that your way. A little Foot Locker gift card, just to show a token of appreciation. We do appreciate the family for sure.
Wow, yeah, I hear you, Cadillac. King of Foams and Jays. I know I saw him fly past earlier, but it's like you just dip in and then you gone. I want to show love to somebody who's so I had one in the possible. So I'm gonna shoot this shot one more time, and if not, I'm gonna keep the gift card in my pocket till the next time. What you think about that, little bro?
Hey, that sounds good. I mean, you giving the people the chances. You know what I mean? You giving them a chance to get something.
And at this point, it's been more than 60 seconds. So I gave a few extra minutes. I'm running, but my backup was TJ and GL Gladio. I probably just butchered your last name, family, but I think I saw you like recently in the chat. So just chirp up, say I see you, OG, or something, so I know that you still there.
Name that person again.
TJ, the letter T, J, and then GLADEAU. What's up? Okay, I see you there. All right, and you know what? All right, I see King of Phones. You there, family? What you doing? I think I see a comment. Say something, bro. Tell me what's up.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. I'm putting my hands up.
I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to be right, because we're gonna be right with the family now.
No doubt.
All right. I thought I saw King of Foams and Jays. It said never take an L, son. I just need something else, so I know you hear my voice right now. I'm gonna wait a minute because I know it's a little delay. Give me a what's up, OG, something.
I'm here, OG. I'm here, OG.
You see it? Because I don't see nothing.
Do I qualify to win the gift card?
Do you? Bruh, really?
I would like to win the gift card too, man. You tripping.
All right. Going once. Going twice. Because I sure was going to double it up.
Somebody says that he might have a delay.
Okay. All right. So how long do I have to wait, family? Because obviously y'all don't got a delay. You responding.
Oh, he just says, all I do is win. So he just.
All right. Okay. So that's it. TJ and King of Phones, I got both of y'all.
Dang.
So it's not, look, we are not soul food 2 times. We are soul food with a triple from the 3.
Triple OG, man. Hey, that's a blessing.
Nothing but net. So TJ and King of Foams, hit me at OG Sneakers. That's OGSNEEKERZ @gmail.com with your information, and I'll get the gift cards out to both of you. Appreciate y'all rocking with the family. Y'all see how we do it? We try to be fair. We ain't trying to, give nobody the L that don't deserve the L. But we also want to, make sure that you out there and y'all doing the thing with us, and y'all are, and we appreciate it. Don't never ever think that we don't.
That's dope, man. That's super dope. Man, shoot, you gonna okay, all right. So I see what you're doing. You're just gonna, since you the host, you're gonna just try to upstage without. Okay, all right,
bro. It's no upstage. Come on.
That was King Griffey Jr. power swing right there. Okay.
Look, I can't. I'm not swinging for. I'm never swinging for first base, bro. I'm always swinging for the fence.
I see what you're doing. Okay.
Don't get it twisted. I'm always swinging for the fence.
Buckeye City Soul, what's good, man? That's part of the family that should be up in Cleveland this year. So Buckeye City Soul, what's good with you?
Absolutely, gonna be looking for all the family. They're gonna be coming looking for that soul food swag. But I'm gonna get off that because I'm just gonna be carrying your bag since you promised the soul food swag. I'm just, I'm just gonna be holding. When you see me, I'm just gonna be the little guy walking behind Dabs. Well, I ain't that little, but I'll be the guy walking behind Dabs with the bags.
Hey man, I didn't say how big the bag was going to be. Man, come on.
All right, so we've done the appetizer.
Yes, we did the giveaway.
We've done the special giveaway. So now it is time, family. Dinner is served. It is time to jump off into this main course. And of course, our topic for today was young sneakerhead versus old sneakerhead. Now, what does that mean? And I posed a question in the conversation that I was having with my little brother about whether or not there is a generational divide in the sneaker community. And what do you think about that, little bro?
Of course, I think it's a big divide, and I know we were having a little discussion about it, but I think the solution is simple. But then again, the conversation is vast. As far as the generational gap, and I know when we first came up with the topic, we're saying young versus old. Did you want to keep it at that, or go with the age groups that we were discussing?
Well, I think what we were discussing is a really good point. What we did, family, is kind of try to put we kind of separated, said that there's at least 3 generations of sneaker people out in the community right now. And just roughly, and you might want to argue that it's more than 3, but because actually Dabs came up with a higher number, but we settled on 3. And just for conversation purposes, we're going to say the first group is, say, maybe 13 to 25. And then the next group would be 26 to about 40. And then the next group, although we capped it at a certain number, I'm going to change that, Dabs, and I'm just going to say 41 on up to however you're going to be.
Right.
Being the last group. And that, amongst those different groups, there is definitely a divide in terms of what just the whole approach to the sneaker game. And one of the things that we did talk about was RESPECT, respect. And I feel like that, and this is no shade. I don't want any of our young family out there to feel like I'm trying to toss, because that OG is trying to toss any young family under the bus. This is just conversation. We just talking. But I think that there is a element of the younger groups, and probably more in the very youngest group than there is in that middle group, that 13 to 25 group, that just really feels like this is a young man's game, and anybody that's in the older part just really need to get out the way. What do you think about that, Dad?
I think it's a little of that going on. If I am to describe each bracket, so let's take 13 to 25 and family. This is just my opinion, and if you are not of this, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? If you 13, 25 or whatever age, and we discuss something, family, just know this is just opinional. And the second of all, if you don't fit it, you don't fit it. But for me, the 13 and 25-year-old, to me, I think some of the negative, if I was going to go there, is the fact that they let the hype of a sneaker consume them a little bit.
I think some folks in the chat are calling them the Yeezy Clan.
The Yeezy Clan, yeah, or the Boost Clan. So I think there's a lot of that going on with the younger, where if a shoe is limited, sometimes I don't think it matters how they look at all. If they have a certain value or whatever, or they can have it and nobody else can have it, then those are the shoes that some of the younger generation crave. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it's a little bit of a negative in my opinion, because my thing is just get what you like and rock it and have your own opinion as to what you want to wear. And I think that thought process should go down the board. If you like the shoe individually, buy the shoe that you like. Like I said, like I showed in the beginning of the show, I like the CP310s. So I'm in the minority with that. I like the Primo Lux Stephen Curry joints, because I never even seen them before a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm thinking about buying those as well. So if you like something, just like it because you like it. You don't have to buy it because a celebrity wore it. You know, Kanye wore this, so I gotta have it. You know, that drives me crazy about the sneaker game.
But now, in fairness to
When the celebrities,
the youngest part, you know, we all had posters on our wall when we were kids, you know, of certain things that we just admired or wanted to be, persons that we wanted to be like or emulate, and that type of thing. I think that's part of youth. So that part doesn't necessarily surprise me. But
let me take it there. Let me go on top of that just a little bit.
Okay.
So we did have the posters, but what, you know, they were playing basketball in these posters. They were hooping in these posters. You know what I'm saying? They were doing great things in these posters. I don't know what these musicians are doing with sneakers that makes me say, oh, this is great because so-and-so is wearing them and he ain't never picked up a ball. He ain't never ran a mile. You know, he's just a celebrity. He makes music. The shoes doesn't help him make music, or he can wear loafers. He can make music naked if he wants to. You know what I mean? You don't need a shoe to make music. So, but I do get it. I get it. But for me, it's just, I've seen Jordan rocking the threes in the slam dunk competition where he did amazing things. And it's like, yo, I got to have that because this is Jordan. He did greatness in it. I don't know if these celebrities are doing great things in sneakers that make me want to say, hey, I got to have them.
Well, they're not necessarily doing great things, but, you know, now the game is different. Lifestyle shoes are just as popular and sharing as much and are just as hyped and desirable and crazy money, you know, AKA the Yeezys, because that's not a sports shoe. That's a lifestyle shoe.
They should come out with Yeezy turntables and Yeezy microphones then. You know what I'm saying? Come out with the new Yeezy microphone. I would, you know, I remember T-Pain, he came out with a microphone that you could auto-tune and all that stuff. My son had one. I bought it for him.
It's no different,
you know.
It's no different than when I wanted to get that. When I saw the Jackson 5 on, yes, I saw them on Ed Sullivan, and it wasn't in a video. And they were rocking those vests with the little fringes on it, man. I wanted one of them junks. So if you see, you know, your favorite, my daughters are, well, my oldest daughter is like Rihanna head. Everything that she has. So she got all off into Pumas mainly because of Rihanna, not because she knew anything about, you know, my dude Clyde that played for the Knicks or anything. Walt Frazier, that was what I was thinking of. Sorry, I was having a moment there, but she doesn't know anything about the history of Pumas. She just knows that she liked Rihanna, so now she's on Puma.
Check this out. The Sneaker Dome said, like I said before, watching some great sport icons, they was my superheroes. That's why I wanted the sneakers. And then fueled by Wings and Beer, Sanchez said Kanye met Caitlyn Jenner in the white on white Ultra Boost. Okay. But Beer Jedi makes another point. Run DMC made hip hop and shoe connections relevant. And yeah, I definitely think so. But I thought it was dope how, you know, they actually made songs about it and they brought it. What has Kanye done to make everything like so hype in your opinion? What has he done great to make Yeezy, in your opinion, a must-have sneaker?
Bro, I'm the wrong person to ask that question because he hasn't done anything other than be, you know, a big selling artist. And right now, you know, in some cases, it's not just, there are non-athletes. And obviously, he's the first example that will come to mind that are outselling. You know, I don't ever see a Paul George shoe selling more than a Yeezy. And I hate to have to say that, but that's the truth.
Hold on, let's rewind this though. Let's rewind this now, because if we're talking about hype and popularity, no, that'll never happen. But the Paul George line will make more money for Nike than the Yeezys do for Adidas.
You think so?
If we're talking, I mean, because the Yeezys, but then again, you know what? Let me retract that statement, because the Yeezys are more or less a springboard for Adidas to sell other products.
Exactly.
So that's my mistake.
So
I take the L on that one.
Yeezy begat NMD, begat Boost in every freaking shoe that they make, begat bringing back the oh, what's the Adidas with the Stan Smiths? Now they got Stan Smiths with Boost. So they're going to retro every shoe with Boost, which is going to give it another look. It's going to introduce it to a newer generation. So it's opened the door to a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not on that. Don't get me twisted now. I'm not on that Yeezy over Jumpman train, but I'm just saying as it relates to certain, you know, those shoes going to sell more than what's my dude from San Antonio that has his sneaker, defensive player with the cornrows. Come on, man, help me out. Kawhi Leonard. Nobody on that train.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So it is more, you know, Wale sell more sneakers than Kawhi Leonard, and probably selling more sneakers than Paul George.
Let's put it like this. So what's positive about that age bracket, and then we'll move on to the next age bracket. What's positive about the younger age bracket, 13 to 25, in your opinion?
I think it is a young energy and innovation. While every innovation I don't necessarily can't say that resonates with me, I really do feel that they're bringing some fresher things, you know, and has brought to the fore. You know, I'm not rocking kicks that very many of my shoes am I taking on the court. You know, so it is a lifestyle lifestyle choice for me. And I think, you know, that younger generation is really kind of bringing that and expanding it even further. Not that they're creating that, no, but they're expanding it further because, you know, very few people are, you know, let's say if you want to talk in terms of J's, there's very few people that are balling in 1 through 14. Let's be serious.
True.
So, you know, it's old technology, you know, it's certainly an opportunity for, you know, athletes today to you know, to suffer injury or other thing. So, you know, nobody's doing that. Those shoes are being worn strictly as a lifestyle shoe now. So I really do appreciate, you know, the innovation that the younger generations are bringing to the game. And, you know, they're pushing the envelope, you know, also in terms of, you know, the broadening the expanse. You know, kids from every nation, you know, are crazy about sneakers.
Do you think that's the youth doing that, or is that the brands becoming more global, or is it both?
I think it's a combination. I mean, I think the brands are jumping on the popularity, and what I mean by that is, you know, just we talked earlier about the example of Run DMC. You know, Shell Toes is already dope in the boroughs, but they took that well outside the hood and outside those boroughs and made it international. And then when kids started jumping on that, it was like, oh wow, you know, we can do this. You know, kind of like, you know, how many people was in the sneaker game were wearing or not in the sneaker game, in the NBA were rocking tats before Iverson.
Yeah, not many. Not to the extent that he was rocking them, or the cornrows, and you know, just to, you know,
But now look at the league.
You games like you just get off a rap video.
Yeah, but now look at the league. You see, it's very few people. You could probably count on one hand the people who recently are coming into the league that don't have tats. Not that they're all tatted, but they got something going on.
You know, like all of them already have tats by the time they get there.
Exactly. So, you know, I think that the youth have kind of been leaders, and absolutely the brands have capitalized on it. But I don't think it was the brands that were driving that train. That was just something that came up, and they were like, "Ooh, we can do something with this." You know, let's try to focus on that.
Buckeye City Soul had a pretty strong comment. He said several stars rock shoes to help validate the shoes. Martin, Seinfeld, Will Smith, Coach, Dwayne Wayne, and Spike Lee. So I guess my question to you, and I wanted to touch on it first, and I want you to kind of give feedback. When I was younger, you know, of course, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was the show. And, you know, I love Seinfeld, but, you know, when I was younger, I didn't realize the depth of sneakers that he rocked during the show or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always Jordans either. Sometimes it was Nike runners or whatever. But with Will Smith, I think he's a big one. And Martin too, to a certain extent. I think he even had an episode where he was like trying to buy Jordans or whatever.
Right.
But when I was younger, I never looked at TV stars and said I had to get a sneaker. It may have been more or less clothing, but I don't know if it was a sneaker that said, "Oh, I got to get that because Will Smith is wearing it or Martin is wearing it." You know what I mean? Maybe it was clothes. You know, everybody was in the whack clothes when when Criss Cross wore them jeans backwards, and you know, right now it's the wackest thing ever. But kids was doing it like crazy back in the day, and I can't even lie. One day I did rock my jeans backwards because Criss Cross rocked their jeans backwards. You know what I'm saying? Shaq,
What?
leave me alone.
You wore your jeans backwards, bro?
Like Criss Cross, yeah. I wore them backwards.
No.
So
You know what? I can't even lie. I never did that, and I was living in the A.
So with clothes, you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit of an influence, but with sneakers, it never was for me. And maybe that's because of my upbringing, because how I came up, it wasn't even a possibility to get what Will Smith was wearing. You had to kind of, defeat my sneaker craze. To be funny as it is, when I was younger, I would draw sneakers, and that would make me feel like I would have them, and I would draw them to the T. Here's a Jordan, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Here's a Nike, whatever, and I would draw them, and that was my collection of sneakers back then. You know what I mean? So sometimes I guess it all depends on, kind of what your parents are on, what they can do for you as far as spending money, or what you can do making money to get whatever. That all plays a part. But I never looked at stars back then and said, "Oh, Will Smith is rocking J's or whatever. I gotta have them." Did you? Is there any celebrities that when you were younger, it was like, "Oh, I gotta have that," whether it was clothes or sneakers?
I think I would say it was more overall clothing for me. I can't necessarily, say that there was necessarily a celebrity that I was following in terms of kicks, and that would have influence. It was definitely, for me, it was athletes, that were kind of driving that. And I just want to mention also that we're doing a double live now. This is another first for Soul Food. So we are live, obviously, on Soul Food broadcasting on YouTube, but we're also live on Instagram now. I brought up my Instagram feed. So we are broadcasting live. So if you follow me on Instagram and you're wondering what in the world is OG Sneakers doing, talking to the wall, I'm not actually talking to the wall. I'm actually live. This is Soul Food Sneaker Talk with my man Dabs, and I'm just going to leave it on here for a little while, and while we keep the conversation going. But one of the things that we talked about, Dabs, as it relates to this old sneakerhead versus young sneakerhead was, and we kind of got into it when we were talking about what do different groups bring to the culture, but just that generational divide. Do you think that it strengthens the community or it weakens the community? The differences that we have in the
differences, I think it weakens the community for sure. There's if we're going off just the 3 age groups, it could be even more age groups and ways and that people view getting sneakers and the way that they acquire sneakers and things of that sort. So I think it definitely weakens the sneaker community when we have that type of divide or have that gap. You know what I mean? But there's one thing I wanted to state about the youth that I do respect, and I didn't get a chance because I never want to just say something negative and not bring out the positive. I think the young kids got mad. As Don Turner said in the chat, he said they have energy. They have energy, you know what I'm saying? And when we're all young, we always have energy anyway, but they're feeding this energy way more into fashion, way more into sneakers. So, and I also respect their hustle. You know what I'm saying? I think they go all out on what they want to do, whether it's buying bots, spending extra money to get what they want, having people wait. They're going to spend that extra money. They're going to give that extra time and effort that maybe the older age groups wouldn't have time to do or necessarily want to spend money on anyway. So I do respect that they're going to go all out in acquiring whatever hype sneaker that they want to get. So,
I'm gonna, not that I'm just trying to be contrary, but I'm gonna take a differing. I think that ultimately there are some negatives, but I think that the differences do strengthen the community. Because imagine, just if you just think about it in your normal everyday life, if you walked around and everybody was just like you and it was rocking exactly what you were rocking and looking like how you look, or driving the same car that you drive and eating the same food and doing the same thing, man, it would be a very boring, society. So, I definitely believe in that, saying that, our differences make us stronger. We didn't really talk about, like what do the OGs, what does the older community, that third group, up on that 41 and above number.
Hold on, OG.
What
Say what you wanted to say. Now let me say, okay, I do agree that we definitely should not be wearing the same things, but I think when it comes to core values, you know what I'm saying, when these people are doing any and everything to not only acquire a shoe, but to acquire every shoe, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a big issue, and that causes the gap to widen a little bit, because we all age group, we all want at one time or another a hype sneaker. We want to jump in on the hype as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, I'm not a big Yeezy fan, right? But I do want a Yeezy, because okay, let's put it like this. A lot of the younger ones, they may be getting the Yeezys to keep, or they might be giving them to sell. I want one to sell. So I feel like I'm missing the pot when it comes to making my money back on the Yeezy. Now with the prices dropping and I had my opportunity to get my hand on the Yeezy, you know what? Maybe I would just keep it as a symbol of something that took over the sneaker market for a time. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, and I'm not comparing the Yeezy to a Starbury, because I remember you told me about that Starbury. Well, for a minute, no, the Starbury now, like, I'm not saying it was a great shoe, but for a while, Stephen Marbury changed the game when he came out with a $15 sneaker that was stylish, and they were flying off the shelves. So therefore, you want a piece of that history within the sneaker thing. And I think the Yeezy will definitely be a big part of sneaker history, forevermore.
No, I agree with you totally. You were mentioning about, Marbury's flying off the shelves, man. I remember trying to go in Stephen Barry's and try to, find a certain colorway, a certain thing that I had seen in a magazine or something like that. And, at that price point, they were very easy, but they were stylish. Of course, the thing that was the undoing is that they were just uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah, like you're walking on concrete.
It was not sustainable. But before I answer the question, I wanted to ask you, what do you think are, positives or negatives, whatever you think, that the older sneaker lovers, sneakerheads bring to the community?
I think the negative for me, and maybe we both can kind of concentrate on the negative and then get to the positive. But the negative to me is, I think older sneakerheads can be a tad bit stubborn. You know what I mean? Almost, I guess, a little bit of a parable is like Charles Barkley, where he doesn't have a certain respect for the new NBA, and he's always talking about what the players don't do. They're overpaid, this, that, the other. So I think a little bit of that. Sneakers were better when the sneaker quality was better when I was younger. You guys don't know about sneakers, that stuff like that. I think that's a little bit of being stubborn and not showing a certain amount of respect. And if I would go into a positive, I would say that the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But it all depends on how the older generation uses the knowledge. They use the knowledge and they don't want to share it. No, I know everything, you don't know nothing. That type of mentality is terrible. But if you have that knowledge and you can share the history of sneakers or the culture, that's dope that the older people can do and have. What about you? What do you think? Positive, negative?
Negatives, I would say that first of all, I would echo you snatched the words right out of my mouth. Stubborn beyond merit. But I would also say not in addition to being stubborn, not necessarily open-minded, because it's just like, I want my 5 shoes that I want and I'm not open to anything else. It's, is all about foams and that's it, or it's all about J's and that's it. That's all I'm on. And there are so many other things out there, even things that are in, that would be within your nostalgia. Like, recently, I picked up a couple, additional pairs of the Reebok Questions. And I'm really trying to, control my enthusiasm for not, just going and, trying to build a collection really, really quick. But, and I saw, shout out to G4 Vision. He had a video about a Reebok Q96 that was like a tribal print, and it was like similar. It was like a green, red, and black for, I think it was a like similar to one of the Tribe Called Quest album covers. But man, super dope shoe that I had never seen before. Because my knowledge and how much I was on Reeboks was kind of limited to probably classics, the Iversons and a few other things. But you got to be open. I talked to you a lot about Brand Black, and Nightwing was person that I was watching that kind of turned me on to that, and some of the things that they're doing. There's so many new things out there that a lot of time, old sneakerheads just don't want to get with that. They like what they like, which everybody should do that. I always say rock what you like, and I'm gonna stay with that. But man, there's so many other. It's like I love macaroni and cheese, but I couldn't eat it all day, every day. I couldn't do it, man.
I feel that. And fried chicken is my vice. So like I said, well, you eat that every day, then you know what I'm saying, you won't have any feet to wear Jordans, you know what I'm saying? Because they might have to, do something to them things. But man, I
the other thing I was just going to add on to that, you asked me for a positive. So the other thing that I would say that I think is positive, or the thing that I think is one thing that I think is positive, is a sense of history. Because I think, that there are some people that either don't know history, or they don't care to know, they don't educate themselves, they just want to rock what they think is fly. But that's cool. But, knowing a little bit about where it came from, what it was developed from, why it is, how it is, how did you get from, 1 to 31? We talked about, when we were talking about the other brands, we were talking about, the Ewing brand, and the fact that, Patrick Ewing was the first player to have not just rock his own shoe, like a shoe that had his name on it, but he was the owner of the company. And knowing those things I think is important. And a lot of times, it is those older people in the community that put that on. Let me also shout out that now I'm live on Facebook. And so we done had a live triple play. We're still live on the regular stream, but I'm also sharing this actually for really the first time with some of my Facebook family. So this will be really interesting for them to jump into this sneaker talk with us, Soul Food Sneaker Talk. But any positives that you have, man, look, I need some of that iced tea. So can you share me a glass of iced tea?
Hey, because somebody said it was Screwdriver over here, but I do got my Hangover cup, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite movies. But what do you think is, I got a quick question. What do you think is more important with sneakers, the history or just having a like for the sneaker or a love for a particular sneaker? If you're going to buy them, do you think it's more important to know the history about it or just to love the sneaker?
Really, most people that are into kicks are passionate. And so I got to say it's the love. But I think that if you know the history or know some of the history, you will appreciate your passion that much. It'll make you even more passionate.
Right.
If you're into cars, like I see one of my buddies, a musician, Barry Turner, on Facebook, and I know that he is, has a love for certain cars and different things. If you love Corvettes, but you don't know kind of, like that there's different Corvettes and that the Stingray is in the Corvette family and that, what Corvette meant to Chevrolet in terms of their particular lineage and stuff like that, you won't necessarily have as much of an appreciation for it. So, it starts with the love. I think that's the thing that puts you on. But I think it's understanding kind of all of the culture and the other things that go along with it are the things that will sustain you in that love.
See, that's the thing. I think I agree with that somewhat because, like, for me, I'm not a big history buff, and I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying I don't appreciate history. I know history of sneakers, but I'm not going to go online or onto an encyclopedia to learn things like that or to do research on a sneaker. Because for me, if I love a shoe, I love the way it looks, and bada boom, bada bing, it's in my closet. You know what I mean? So, but with talking with people, I listen. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get the knowledge and it gradually comes to me in that way, that's where I get my history from. And it's like, you know what I mean? But for me to go all out and say, let me, go to Google and Google an article about the history of the Air Jordan 2 and, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that type of, I won't get my knowledge that way. It's more or less just conversations, you know what I'm saying, with people in the sneaker game or, to kind of get that history per se.
But if nobody's sharing it, then, what are you having conversations about other than, man, I like this shoe, because sometimes you're just sharing history when you're saying, you know what, I fell in love with the 3 when I saw Jordan rocking those joints in the slam dunk competition.
Right. For
and
sure.
When I see that picture of him in the air and those white 3s are on his feet and they just, the flash cubes are bouncing off of him, man, that just etched a memory in my mind, that I'll never forget. But if you just think, oh, well, the 3 is a dope shoe, but you don't know also that that's the shoe that saved the Jordan line, because he was ready to walk.
Right.
He was wanting to go someplace else. And when Tinker came up with that design, that pulled him back into the family. So, I think for me, and, some people, they don't care about that, and I respect that. I mean, I can't say I totally respect it. I respect your ability to do that.
Well,
But I think that, that knowing your history is important in anything.
I'll put like this. I think my experiences with sneakers is the most important history because they're sneakers that, the retro of a retro of a retro. So we've had prior experiences with most of these releases that's coming out now. And of course, we get new colorways or whatever. But I think that history to me is way more important than sometimes the history that about Nike and, they're a business, they're a corporation. And they're there to make money and all that. I get it. But I don't know. I definitely think that, the history, my history is the most important thing that I look at. I mean, I got, stories of my sister giving me kicks or stories about shoes my brother used to wear. I mean, those stories to me will forever resonate with me more than, reading the book or, what I mean? Because it's just more personal. So I guess I'm not going to say that I don't have a appreciation for history because I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I never don't read up on things because I do, but I'm not going to always go out of my way to know the exact date the shoe came out. There's some sneakerheads out there that knows the exact date the original whatever came out or when the retro of this came out. I won't be that type of historian.
So Buckeye City Soul is saying it's easier for us to appreciate history because we came up in the period when it first affected folks. I appreciate the youth's passion and value jumping into the game with their own connection. And I get that. And I'm not trying to be like, the old dude, like, yeah, y'all just don't know what's going on. But I mean, I think that some of the things that I know now just in life as a more mature person, I wish that I had paid attention to them more when I had more energy and more time and all of those things to devote. And part of that is knowing your history and appreciating it. But you are absolutely right. Whether they get into it just because they're passionate about it or because they know and they respect the history. Hopefully at some point they will learn more about the history because everybody's going to pass through and you're in one category now, but you'll end up in another category, as long as you keep living.
Cadillac Jackson says we appreciate the history because we were a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's big too. Coming up in that era, you know what I'm saying? You do appreciate the things that, Jordan did due to the fact that we got a real chance to experience it. So with like the NBA now and the players that have their own lines and stuff like that, do you think that that has lessened because of the fact that there is no Jordan in the league now? Like with the youth, do they have somebody to look up to and say, hey, I'm getting this because LeBron is just simply doing his thing? Because to be honest with you, OG,
well, don't go there. You're not going there, are you?
no. To be honest with you, we know that everybody wants to act like Jordan 1 through 14 is just super duper crazy designs. You know what I'm saying? But some of those Jordan designs were kind of minimal, kind of plain. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Jordan wore them was like, it takes it past a 5 or a 6 in design, and it makes it a 10. Whereas you got LeBron on the other hand, that he's a great ball player, he's the best ball player we got right now. But some of his shoes, when his shoes designs is trash, then the LeBron name doesn't elevate the shoe.
But you know what? I have a feeling that it's going to be the same thing. Like, for instance, we had this conversation before. I did the video controversial shoes. I was talking about the Jordan 15 and 16. When the 15 dropped, it was hate. They were not feeling that shoe. It was a forward-thinking design. It was designed after a jet fighter airplane. Who does that? But now, in the re-release, even with the misstep with the zoom missing and all that, and if you didn't get your 25% off, please call Nike. You will get it. They don't ask you for a receipt or nothing like that. I got my code. Now I'm going to hold it. I can use it for up to 6 months. I'm going to do that. But history has a way of being more forgiving than it is when it goes through the first time. So people said we were talking about LeBron, the LeBron 11s. Oh, they were not as popular as some of the previous models, and I think somewhere mid through that season, LeBron even stopped wearing them in games because he was having some problems with them on court, and I think he went to like one of the other iterations, like a Soldier or something like that. But when you come around in the generation and they get to the point of being to retro those 11s, man, the feeling might be totally different. The response to them may be totally different. So I don't necessarily judge how, something is going to maybe be received in the future as to how it's being received, right now.
Yeah, you get a good point because, like you said, it's not like J's automatically sold out when they were originally released. You know what I'm saying? Or the hype wasn't 100% there. So you may have a point when they do re-release and re-retro some of the LeBron 11s, 12s, 13s. Probably not the 13s, OG. Stick with me with the 13. The retro 13s is going to be sitting like Jordan 9 lows. You know what I'm saying? But
somebody buying Jordan 9 lows. Somebody.
Hey, they buying them at the outlet, then. You know what I'm saying? But,
well, they go into the outlet, but come on. When the shoe only cost them $5 to make them, when they selling them for $45, they still getting paper.
That's true. That's absolutely true. But I just think that Jordan, I just think he was so great that the majority of his sneakers is going to do well. But I guess we can't really predict the future either on what LeBron retros would do. But that's a very valid point. You killing today, OG. I don't like it. I think it's you having the host of the show, and it's getting to your head, man. It's getting to your head being the host, man. I don't like it.
No, man, come on. But see, you're getting the relaxation like I was now. Now I'm glad that you look a little bit more relaxed. I know after all this is over, you're gonna check on little Dabs and make sure that he's doing well. But your face, just your whole expressions, man, look a little bit more rested. I think we've chewed up good on this
for sure.
On this main course. You have any parting shots you want to make on that?
I just think that, like we spoke of before, with the generational gap, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like music of the 90s and the 2000s, while the young guys is gonna like Migos and whoever else is out now. You know what I'm saying? And just like some of the older cats, they gonna like whatever that was back then. You know what I'm saying? The Gap Band or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But as long as we all show a certain amount of respect for each other, you know what I'm saying? Whether, you know what I'm saying, you know, somebody likes the Yeezys or whatever, so maybe just show a little bit of respect for it. What you were saying before, where you was like, sometimes I don't think you have to like it, but I think if you show a certain type of respect towards it, you know, that it is what it is, and I think that'll make everything strengthen.
Yeah, and you know, I think if I would encourage, and this would be for all groups, you know, the categories that we came up with, you know, for me, a lot of times, if you notice on my Instagram posts, on the Twitter feed, even when I respond to the YouTube, I always use the hashtag respect. I think that is so important. Um, uh, you know, I'm a songwriter as well, and I wrote a song a couple years ago called Key Conversations, and basically, you know, the point of the song was that, you know, there's a lyric in the song that says, we don't have to agree, but we have to talk about it. You know, so and to tie that into respect, I think that if each community has respect for one another, respect the differences, respect that, you know, you like those Magistas that you got, and I wasn't feeling them, but you bought them Jones anyway, and you're going to rock them. Everybody clown me about my Rubber City low LeBrons, but I like them. And if you respect my choices, ultimately the differences are still going to uplift the community, you know, because it's just an expanded, you know, continue to expand it and make it broader, man. But this is really good conversation. And, you know, we did get started a little bit late today, so we still want to make sure that we have time for the dessert, the bill, and a little after dinner chat.
Let's do it.
So we're going to jump off in the dessert, and I'm going to try to shoot my wad first so that I can just get this off my chest. One of the things that we were supposed to talk about in the dessert was the Black History Month releases. But really what we were going to talk about was, where are they? Because Adidas has actually already released theirs and sold out. And as I understand it, the 3 shoes that they had celebrating the life and legacy of Arthur Ashe, Wimbledon winning tennis player, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was the first African American to win Wimbledon. So there, the Adidas Black History was a Harden, D Rose, and a D Lillard that celebrated Arthur Ashe. Those shoes have already released. I think they were limited, that they were only the year 1975, I believe, was the year that Arthur Ashe won Wimbledon. So in honor of that, there were only 1,975 of each of those shoes released. And they've already released it out there. And at the time that we were preparing for the show, the Nike ones hadn't dropped yet. And we had only seen one shoe, which was a 1 with patches. And I was totally disappointed by it.
I got the picture. If you want me to bring it up real quick. You want me to bring it up?
Yeah, if you can, I'll keep talking. So today they actually dropped the entire collection. And to say that it disappointed me would be an understatement. But also what it caused me to do was to do a little bit more research about this whole thing. And if you watch, or if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I kind of got in a little mini, I'll call it my dabs rant on the Black History Month. And before I get into that, man, just what was your thoughts or your impression about the shoes? As I see that you've got it up on your feed, so when you start talking, it's going to bring the picture up. But what was your impression of the collection that they rolled out today?
Lazy. Well, with the Nike collection, I wanted to bring it up too, so that the family can see the pictures of the actual sneaker. But if we're going to stick with the Black History Month Jordan collection,
yes,
it's plain lazy. The quality looks suspect. it was nothing like last year's Black History Month, where we got a nice Air Jordan 1, we got a dope LeBron, and we got a nice Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Among others, I think they did a KD as well. And those shoes might still be in the works or whatnot. Actually, no, we got a KD this year too. But like I said, it's lazy. It's lazy. Just it's simple. It's plain. Right now, I really think Jordan, with these Jordans, they're depending on gold a little too much now. You know, I just think it's a simple Black History Month release with these Jordans. Now, I can't even lie. I do like the Trunners, but I want a different colorway because I haven't seen this shoe in a while, and I had these back in the day, but I'm not going to purchase them. You know, it's right now it's a lot of laziness going on with Nike and some of their color combinations with the especially with these Jordans. And then I wanted to pull up the Nike release. So while you go ahead and expand what you were talking about and what you had put out there in the social media world, I'll go ahead and fish up some Nike pictures.
Well, so I would agree with you too that it is a very weak at best representation for Black History collection, and I was very disappointed. I will say that if you historically go back, and I did that this afternoon, I went back and looked at, you know, kind of some of the other combinations. I want to say on Soul Collector, they had an article about the history of Black History Month shoes, and that basically it started in 2005, and originally the Black History Month shoe was a Air Force One low. So this is something that they've been doing since 2005, and I want to say either in 2010 or 2011 they expanded it and started including shoes other than the Black History Month or other than the Air Force One in the collection. But the collections are something that I look forward to every year. And with Nike, it was my understanding that, you know, this was kind of like Dornbecker-esque, meaning that when these collections dropped, there were shoes that were being proceeds from the sale of the shoes were going to support different initiatives within the African-American community. Well, I'm not so sure that that's what's popping off right now. And the more I read, the more salty I got. So not only was the collection weak, but what I thought I was supporting when I was purchasing these shoes may not necessarily be that case.
Wow.
There's a group that they point out that they give that the sale of the shoes supports. And I'm looking for, I made a note and I wrote down the name. It's called the Ever Higher Fund. But the information that I read about it today doesn't say anything about empowering or working within the African American community. And not that we have to be exclusive, but it's titled Black History Month Collection. It's not the global let's all come together and be unified collection. And if that's what you want it to be, make it that.
Okay.
Crickets.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I didn't, and that's information that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, I'm actually kind of surprised that that this, there may not be a cause that, you know, this money may be going to from the purchase of these sneakers.
No, and I just kind of feel like, you know, I mean, I don't want to try to come off all you know, militant or whatever, but you know, I mean, I really feel like, I mean, I can't be PC. I feel like it's pandering.
I see what you're saying.
There's a large section of people that look like you and me that cop kicks.
Correct.
And so if we put out a collection and say that it's a black, and it's supposed to be celebrating Black history, and then you tell me that in addition to celebrating the history, you're going to put dollars, and yeah, there's supposedly money going to Boys and Girls Club, but it's Boys and Girls Club everywhere. So now either you're telling me that you're taking my history and you're using it to take care of everybody, or you're pandering to me by making something that you think is going to appeal to my community, but really you taking that dollar and you trying to make a big kumbaya line.
Well, did they do that anyway?
What do you mean? Did they do it anyway?
Did they do that even when they're donating money to whatever cause? I'm guaranteeing that they're not donating the amount that they should anyway. So I mean they're still using Black History Month as a springboard to make money. It's still the case.
But to me, it's just disingenuous. Call it a unity line, or call it the Kumbaya collection, or whatever. But don't tell me that you're trying to celebrate Black history and you not even, I mean, Dornbecker shoe money goes to the Dornbecker Hospital.
Correct.
Point blank and period. I'm not gonna say every dollar of it, but it goes. They have big auctions, and they get a crap load of money, and we all love and appreciate the Dornbecker line and what they're doing. And to me, it's kind of like, if you're carving this out the same way, I feel like I was in the Wizard of Oz, man. I went and to see the wizard, and I found out that he was just a dude that got on a hot air balloon and landed in the wrong place, that he didn't have no magic. I ain't gonna lie. It was eye-opening for me. And maybe there were other people that already knew that or were already shaking their head about it. And, I'm not going to say this is going to shake me off the truck, for.
That's what I was about to ask. Is that something that's going to make you, not participate in any of these, copying any of these sneakers, knowing this information, or?
I don't know. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. I mean, it definitely changes it for me. Because one of the things that when I first was finding out about them, what I was excited about was that, that they were making some contribution. And now I'm not sure. Like the charity that they mentioned, the Ever Higher Fund, again, it's only been in place since 2014, and they've raised $3 million, which in this circle, I don't know if that's a lot of money. I mean, I'm not.
Well, check this comment. The Richard says if a shoe costs $140, they probably give Boys and Girls Clubs $5 of it, or whatever the charity is. So
I guarantee you, Dornbecker Hospital gave more than $5.
No. I'm not talking about the Dornbeckers. I'm talking about the Black History Month joints. I just never thought that 100% of the proceeds was ever going to go towards that anyway.
I'm not even talking about 100%, but if they only giving $5, that's more of a slap. Call it the unity thing and donate to the Red Cross. I don't.
I mean, I'm talking about even back then when
they're making money off my culture, and I'm not with that.
Right, I understand, but even with prior releases, you knew they wasn't giving a ton of money to those, to whatever fund or charity they was going to do with those releases.
But now they're not giving any.
It was a slap in the face.
Now they're not giving any. Yeah. Maybe I was just blindly going along, and I was substituting my hope of what I thought for what was really going on.
Right. I mean, it still was a slap in the face for what their profit margins are. So, I mean, now the fact that they're not giving any, that's to me, that's just a bigger slap in the face. But Nike, unfortunately, they know they can get away with it, just like any other the bigger companies out here. That's people are going to consume.
Yeah,
I wanted to actually go off and kind of speak on ones that I like and dislike, but I think it'd be best to just leave it at that. And you know what I'm saying, let you get that off, because you know what I'm saying, I you know what I'm saying, with you doing that research and me not knowing that, it's something for me to literally think about and chew on it for a little bit, as far as like, you know, for you not to give anything, even though I think what they were giving was bullcrap anyway, but to not give anything, that's just wow. You know what I'm saying? This is called Black History Month. It shouldn't, something should be given back. It's ridiculous. I agree.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there may be one or two in there that I will support, but if I do it now, I know, at least now I know. And you know, like I said, I'm a little disappointed. You know, so I if you want to say what you like, go on, bro. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Don Turner, it's like when you go to Finish Line and ask, do you want to round up your purchase to the nearest dollar for a charity? This is just a end of the year tax write-off for Finish Line. And I definitely believe that when these charities, corporations, and all this stuff, they have presidents that they pay good salaries to, you know what I'm saying? We already know that whatever even the like United Way per se is getting, all those funds are not going to where it needs to go to. Some of that is going to the United Way, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's a big discussion to be had. That's definitely a different discussion.
I feel you. Jim Boy says they maximizing their profit, smart business on their side. We can fix it by not buying them. Now that's real talk.
That's real talk.
That's real talk right there. And you know, I can't hate as a business person. Well, no, I can't hate. That's what I'm not hating right now. I'm just speaking my displeasure. But as a business, yeah, okay, you're doing your demographics. You know who buying your shoes. And so let me just dangle this little thing out there, you know, okay, but now I know that that's not bait, that it's a hook. And, you know, maybe I need to stop biting. So respect them, boys. I appreciate that. You open my eyes even wider, bro.
Sure, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, sneakers as a whole, you know what I'm saying? That's a huge conversation to be had with these corporations and them getting away with making the money that they get. And that's a huge conversation about how we consume sneakers and if we should even buy sneakers anyway, from Nike, Jordan, Adidas, whatever. But knowing the markups that we know, knowing the sneakers aren't worth 90% of, I mean, you know what I'm saying, they're only worth 5 to 10% of what we pay for them. You know, when it comes, you know, the hype builds it up, Nike builds it up, Jordan, it all brings it up. So I mean, that's all part of it to me. That's all part of it.
Okay, I want to read this comment because I think it's important. I'm gonna butcher this name. Oh, Simba the Lion. Okay, I didn't butcher it. I just had to read it. Says, I actually work for Finish Line, and that's a false statement. The money goes to the local community unless it's specified for something else, like the Special Olympics. So I think he's that person. I don't want to say he because I'm not sure who Simba the Lion is, but that person is speaking to the comment that was made in terms of Finish Line. And I'm not, only thing I'm speaking on right now is what I've read and what I looked up in terms of Nike with the you know, with the Black History Month and the questions that raised in my mind. You know, I need to go back and do that same you know, that same thing about Adidas and anybody else that's, you know, doing that, if they're stating certain things and, you know, holding them accountable in my mind. But, you know, I go back to what Dimboy is saying, you know, about supporting that particular, you know, area of there, or at least if I'm doing it now, I'm doing it with my eyes open and I have no expectation, you know. So let's you know, this really could have been almost a main course discussion. So I don't want to fall too far into that. I appreciate you know, the family still hanging in with us, but we did have a couple things that we wanted to talk about into the dessert, and then we're just going to jump in to the bill quickly and into the after dinner conversation. But the other thing was the All-Star. Some of the All-Star kicks have started to show up. We've seen an All-Star Chameleon 1. The Chameleon 6 was, I think, the first All-Star shoe to show up. And I've seen a 31 that has also been posted as in the kind of chameleon colorway. What are you feeling about the All-Star kicks this year, Dabs?
I don't know. I'm looking at the 31s. I think the 31s actually look pretty good. It looks like it has some of that Northern Lights type of outsole to go along with a little bit of faux chameleon leather that are on the 31s. The 6s, 225 for a 6. I got enough 6s, so that won't be. I probably won't even look to get those. But the Air Jordan 1s, they intrigue me a little bit. Hate the fact that they did raise the price a little bit on those to what, 175? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
For the Air Jordan 1 Chameleon High. So, but they intrigue me a little bit. But I think the releases are yet again, they're a little lackluster. I think they're still playing off that Northern Lights theme that they had from last year a little bit. So I just think it's right now, I'm not really feeling Nike like that right now. I'm not really loving Jordan like that right now. January was just average. Well, January was trash to me as far as releases. February, they got the OG 13 coming out, so maybe the Air Jordan 1 High Chameleons. But other than that, man, it's just been kind of very average with Nike and Jordan right now for me. So I'm looking to go back and grab some things from last year still.
Yeah, there's nothing in there that I've seen that it has me really, really hyped. I have seen shoes that, when I saw them online, they didn't really resonate with me, but then when I saw them in hand, it changed. And I'll go ahead and share this now. One of the things when we were talking last week about, that the month of February and March are going to be real exciting for Soul Food and the family. I'm going to the All-Star game. So I'm going to be in New Orleans for the game and that whole All-Star weekend experience. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some pop-up shops or different things where I'm going to get an opportunity to see these things in hand. I'm going to be trying to do a lot of live on Instagram and quick live events in addition to of course Soul Food being on Wednesday. It'll be before the activities start, but who knows, we might even have a special broadcast or something like that. We'll try to figure all that out. But just saying that to say that I'm looking forward to being able to see these things in hand and figure out if they're worth the price of admission or not.
Yeah, my Foot Locker already told me that they're getting the 1s and the 6s. I haven't got word about the 31s yet. So I was actually surprised when they told me, because I was thinking that this would be something super duper limited as far as the 6 goes. But I don't know if I'll be able to see them in hand beforehand. Just depends on what the manager, let me do. But yeah, I mean, the opportunity should be there to buy them for myself. But as far as will I pull the trigger, we'll see. We'll see. Might be one of those things. If I feel, I don't know. I just, all 3 of these releases are more or less, I'm saying, that how I'm feeling that week, and I might go on them. So we'll definitely see. Let's go to the bill. The bill is the portion of the show in which OG will tell you what it's about.
Nah, man, go ahead and do your thing, bro. I know you.
Nah, you the host, man. I gotta let go, man. You the host. I'm putting my hands up. Hand.
Y'all family, y'all been doing this, so you know the deal. The bill is where we talk about upcoming releases that we are looking for. And for me, just right off the dome, man, it's those royalty 4s. Whether they're trash suede or a luxurious suede, I'm going to be on those. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that they are a good quality so that we do not get another poop emoji video from my little brother, the Maestro Dabs.
Nah, I held those in hand already, and they're nice. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple things I don't like about them, but it's not enough for me to pass on them. So You know, I talked to my people at Foot Locker, the plug, and I should have my hands on those this coming week. So it's a shoe I like. I like the suede quality on them. The hits of gold are a little weird for me because it's like a low rider type gold where it's a little darker than I would like. And then the back pull tab is not done in any type of suede. It's like a plasticky neoprene or whatever that was on the back of the 12, the wool 12s, and
Right.
the nylon 12. So but overall, you know, I'm definitely getting them. The suede is nicer than, you know, some of the more recent Jordan releases.
Fours is one of my favorite silhouettes, so you know, I goes without saying. I kind of have a soft spot for those, just the whole style of them and everything. And yeah, so that's definitely on my list. You know, I got another shoe scribbled down from the notes, but now I can't read my writing. It was a black and white. Let me go to the releases.
The Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG that they have coming out.
Oh, is that the all black with the white sole?
And then the all white with the black outsole.
Yeah, they could miss me with that one. No.
Yeah, they can miss me. I feel like that's something I can pick up down the road for, you know, at the outlet possibly. You know what I mean? So I'll wait on those for sure. But the all white with the black bottom does intrigue me because I do like the fact that it has a black bottom on a white shoe. So, but if I can get those for $80 down the road, then I would possibly pick them up.
They could have shattered backboard leather all over. It's still a pass for me.
I don't know about that. If they were shattered backboard quality, I'll be on it for sure. Okay. For sure.
I think one of the things the shoes might be good for is a good base for customize. You know, because just a basic white shoe, all white, all over top to bottom, is like a blank canvas for customizer, and really the same thing with the black. So, you know, they might move for that if you know, for that reason, if not anything else.
And then we had the Adidas NMD R1 Prime Knit. It's a gum pack. So you have the city sock that's done in black with the gum bottoms and white with the gum bottoms, and then they actually have the actual NMD Prime Knit joints that come all black with the gum bottoms and then white with the gum bottoms. I guess the black one isn't all black. It's mostly black with the white boost midsole, and then it has a gum bottom on them. What do you think about those? Is that something on the radar or maybe possibly type of thing? Or,
you know, I'm on the boost train. Very, very, very comfortable you know, shoe to walk around in. Especially going to be out, you know, in the, you know, I wear my NMDs. I have one pair of NMDs. I wear them like I'm going out with my family or something like that. And I've actually, in the warmer months when I, you know, do my walking outside, have, you know, worn them outside to walk a couple times, and they're comfortable to do that as well. The sock, I'm not sure about it. I want to like it, but I wonder how well it fits. You know, is the sock tight enough to kind of stay on your foot good? Because it's, you know, it's laceless. So, but they intrigue me. I tell you, the dope thing that I do like about it is that they have the gum bottom. You know, I told you before, I'm a sucker for gum bottoms. So to be able to, you know, to have that boost and NMD and the gum bottom is kind of dope. I don't think I've seen. I think this is the first of any shoe with boost with a gum bottom that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I'm feeling the black ones with the gum bottoms. I'm not feeling the price point. I think the price point on those are still right around that 170 mark. It's going to push it.
Yeah, that is a little high. I agree.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm not really feeling about them bad boys. But let's see what the chat talking about. Let's give the chat about, you know, about 5-10 minutes, and then we can ship on out, man. Because I still haven't had an actual dinner. I haven't had actual food today. You know what I'm saying?
Nor have I.
Soul
We
food
great
is filling.
sacrifices for the family. No food. So sometimes when you see me go, it's because I'm just sucking in all this air because I'm talking and there's no food going in. So I need food, family. But after the conversation, I'm gonna grab my phone here so we can kind of jump off in the chat. And you see anything in there that you want to grab out or comments you want to highlight?
The Ripster, the NMD with the gum bottoms are fire. States that they love gum bottoms as well. Let's see what else is out there. A lot of people saying that they're gonna be hitting up the Nike outlet until the All-Star ones come out. I think Jaden Holmes has stated that. Shout out to Jaden Holmes. I did actually meet him when we were discussing getting t-shirts made. So shout out to Jaden Holmes, man. He's doing some big graphic things on his end. I think it's called Gem City. It's called GEM, Gem City Online. I think that's what it's called. Jaden, go ahead and say what it is that you plug yourself in the comments, man. I'll go ahead and shout that out. Just a cool cat. But what else? What we got in here? How's the fit on the 3.0s? I wear an 11, true to size 11.5, and Ultra Boost 2.0. Not sure on the 3.0s. All right, is it really a big difference? Do you think it's a big difference between the Ultra Boost 1, 2, and 3, or is it just a different pattern?
Bruh, I'm gonna have to plead ignorance. I mean, I know one is caged and the other, partially caged or cageless, but in terms of the boost,
I promise you, I don't get the Ultra Boost and how they can come out with a new sneaker and then not really come out with a new sneaker. How can they change the pattern of the shoe and it's a new sneaker? I don't understand Ultra Boost right now. I don't understand that aspect.
It's smoke and mirrors.
Also 3.0, we changed the pattern. Okay, what else you do? You know what I mean? The NMD, the second NMD actually has a few differences than the NMD 1, so I can see why they kind of renamed it and retooled it. But the Ultra Boost, to me, it's like I don't understand.
Man, 77 Caboose just threw more salt in my wounds. His comment, or I keep saying his, 77 Caboose says, does anyone for sure know if the bread fours are coming out? I've heard yes and no. Yeah. We talked about this on the earlier episode. My understanding, full disclosure, I think I heard this on Pinot E, but I've heard it some other places as well. The bread fours are not coming out. That it was originally reported that they were coming out because the style number that was being used is the style number for the bread fours that previously were released. But come to find out that particular style number this year is for the Royal 4. It's that black and blue 4 that's supposed to be releasing later in the summer.
Man, those are terrible looking.
And man, when I heard that, first of all, that the bread 4s were not releasing, and then even more so that black and blue 4 was the one that's supposed to be replacing it, I was just done. So as far as I know, 77 Caboose, the bread 4s is a no-go.
Buckeye City Souls asking what y'all think about Chicken Wop and Wex. Was it Wexler?
Ooh.
Sent me some of that earlier this week.
Wow. Chicken Wop got fried on Twitter this week, bro. I don't know. Did you read the information about that, Dad?
I just seen what you sent me, and I think I tried to pull up the article. It was on Complex, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and I seen a little bit of it. I didn't read the whole article, but yeah, for him to reach out, which is kind of weird because I wouldn't even have, I'll just let him have his fun. But for him to reach out, to that cat, man, that's crazy. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, they were kind of going back and forth. Twitter fingers pretty heavy. The whispers that were kind of going around the community kind of changed from a whisper to a shout. So we'll see.
Goodness.
But yeah, that was crazy, man. That was to see, I think to me, what was totally different about it was that, you know, there's other people in the community that have, you know, exposed or called out, you know, people that they believe to, you know, selling fakes is real. And there's some that have, you know, eventually been, you know, proven to be so, but it has been from other people kind of within the community. And Wexler is like, he's Adidas. I mean, that's like,
Right.
that's like
him.
the corporation coming in and, you know, pulling you up by your shorts and saying, you know, you're fake and this is why. And wow, that was like, that was crazy, man. That was unprecedented, really.
The Ripster said, I also heard that they may drop the black cement threes on Black Friday. I sure do hope so, especially with the Nike Air brand. And I hope they put some decent leather on them bad boys too.
If they drop black cement threes, that's my grail. That's top of my chart.
Me too.
If they drop that, I'll forgive them for not dropping the fours.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. That's the better release, in my opinion. Anyway, I love the black cement threes.
Absolutely.
My number two of all time. Number two.
Absolutely. Before we forget, I know we're going to go through maybe a couple more things in the chat. Anybody in the family that has a suggestion about where we might be able to do some t-shirts, you know, please hit us up in the comments on the posted video so that it'll be there. Because if you post it now in the chat, you know, once we hang up from this, it's going to be gone. But if you have, like, if you've dealt with, you know, it might even be a local spot in your area that you know is really good, has good quality shirts, and you know, at a decent price. Please hit us up with any suggestions that you might have.
Oh, for sure, because we're looking to get some things made, and definitely would need that, because that'd be nice to get just a good amount at a decent price too, and you know, have the quality of the t-shirt be up to par.
Yeah, no, definitely. Also, hoodies. I'd like, you know, to at least try to get a couple of those so that I can still rock my soul food swag when it's chilly.
That's what's up. Somebody's put it in the comments, said Jack Print, so I'm going to write that down for now, just in case it doesn't make it to the actual comment section.
Appreciate. What's up to my Chicago family out there, Illa Ills?
No doubt,
no doubt. Information.
Says Sneakerhead Clothing Line says, hit me up. I'll do it for you too.
Well, we definitely gonna get offline and talk, family, for sure. And you know, that's the other thing that I was thinking, but I didn't mention. I didn't say out loud, was that if there's anybody in the family that has a business that does that, you know, definitely get at us. So you know,
somebody said the white motorsports dropped on Jimmy Jazz last night.
You know what? I saw that link and I actually went. I saw Sneakerhead in the Bay had tweeted about it, and I found it, but you couldn't buy them, or because every time I clicked on the link, it went to an error page.
Got you.
And I sat there. I must have did it for about 20 minutes. So I'd be interested to see if anybody actually was able to cop, because the picture was there, but when you clicked on it, it was it just took you to an error page.
Does anybody know how much the Ferrari 14s are going for resale? I have no clue. I would guess anywhere between $300 and $350. I'm guessing, but you know, I haven't checked up on that shoe in a while. Sneaker Dome says sneaker battle coming up on the channel. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a sneaker battle.
All right.
That cat, he gonna get my collections right now, man. I've been so heavy on these runners, man, the lifestyle shoes, man. Like you see the shoes behind me. That's all I've been rocking. I haven't even been rocking my J's as of late.
All right, yeah. Sneaker Dome is always good for calling you out, but it's always for something good. And Sneaker Dome, I saw you on Instagram live talking about a sneaker cookout. I'm good with that, family. So, you know, if that's something you want to try to do out here in the DMV, definitely, man, get with all the folks and, you know, see if we could do that. That would be dope.
Derek T, I did get your email, so we'll definitely be I got your contact information. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, you sent your contact information to that email account, the email address that I gave you. Today's Wednesday, so I should send it out no later than Friday for you. So hopefully, you have it between Saturday and Monday. So no later than Friday. Hopefully, you might even get it faster than that, but no later than Monday. Let's say Monday or Tuesday. Derek T, thank you for rocking with us for sure.
Yeah. So you got any last and final words, little bro? I'm gonna give you all the last sign out, but before I get to my sign off, anything else you want to share with the family?
Just more videos coming. I was supposed to do one today. We were gonna do something for February 2017 releases, so look out for that. Look out for unboxings. You just never know. I got videos that's already made and done, and I just have yet to put them out. But family, we got our new camera in, we got new lights in, so we're gonna be working with some of that as well. So we're trying to put a little effort into this thing, and yeah, put a little effort into this for sure.
Anthony Lewis, I saw your comment. Embroidered me in Catonsville, so I wrote that down. I will definitely check that out. But I mentioned earlier I got a couple packages in today. I'll be definitely doing a video about that. My coach is giving me until 8 o'clock tomorrow, so I guess I'm gonna be up all night trying to get that ready. And some other things, but most definitely be on the lookout for that week of NBA All-Star Week for different videos and stuff coming that particular week. And I think somebody made a comment in the chat, soul food on the road. Absolutely. I'll be doing that that Wednesday from the road. I appreciate you all bearing with me. This is my maiden voyage, kind of driving the train. Appreciate y'all coming to the OG Sneakers page to check out Soul Food. And we're going to be right here for the month of February. So every Wednesday, you got to keep it locked here, but that you got to subscribe to both myself and the Sneaker Family so that you can always be plugged in to what we got going on over here, and also with Dabs and Shoe Mama got going on over there. So, little brother, hope a speedy recovery for little Dabs, and to the Sneaker Family. You know that OG Sneakers want to wish each and every one, all of you, one love.
And we thank you, family, once again. We here show you the receipts. We show you the leg work. We show you real retail reviews. We might switch that up because that's what is on the actual shirt for the branding. Real retail reviews. So
the 3 R's.
definitely. But that's it, family. Thanks again. We appreciate you guys. You are the best family on YouTube, bar none.
We out.
Peace.